Now what you just saw there at the beginning of this video was my best solo squad game on the brand new map Vikendi, and it literally ended in the place that we're gonna start this video off in, which is Dino Park. Today's video is gonna be the top 5 locations to find loot in the brand new snow map Vikendi. Now if you want to see that really sick solo versus squad video that I showed you part of in today's video, make sure you guys click the link down below. One of the links is a link to my channel. Make sure you guys check out the video there because I'll upload it the same day I upload this video, and I recorded that gameplay while I was recording this video, and it took me a really long time to make this video, but today's video is a mix of the top loot locations, and I like to mix in a little bit of hot drops in there as well. So 2 of the locations are hot drops, and I'll explain what hot drops are really quickly. But the first location, we have 5 locations today. They are Cosmodrome, Dobromestro, Castle, Dino Park, and Goroka. Those are the 5 locations that we are going to be looking at. I know I butchered some of those names. I'm not 100% perfect with these names. We're not all 100% perfect, but at least I'm pretty good at this game. I've been doing a lot of solo squads recently, and I've been destroying people. And when you are doing solo squads, when you are playing squads, duos, or just solos in general, you want to get the best loot ever. So I'm going to be showing you guys some of the best locations that I personally like in today's video. So let's just jump right into it. So coming in at number 5 on this list is Dino Park. And the reason why this is Dino Park is because this is a hot drop. It doesn't mean it has the best loot ever. It has basic loot. But hot drops mean that a lot of players tend to go there or pass by there, especially at the beginning of the game. Now, 2 of these top 5 spots are hot drops. One of them I actually really like for loot, but this one isn't the best place for loot, but it does have some decent places for loot. And once you get to the outskirts of Dino Park, there are a lot of nice little villas, or I guess compounds. I guess not, villa's not the good word because there is a actual place on this map called Villa, but there's a lot of good compounds throughout Dino Park just around the outskirts that you guys can loot up with a lot of great loot as well. Basically, to give you guys a quick little tip before we go into this top 5 and start giving you guys the best loot spots, right when the game starts, you just want to get a weapon. It doesn't matter what kind of weapon it is, as long as it's a shotgun, a pistol, a assault rifle, a submachine gun, as long as it shoots and does work and you can fight against other enemies, that's the first thing you want to do once you land on the ground. The reason why hot drops are such good places is because so many people drop there and they'll do the looting for you. Once you fight them, you take their loot and it makes you get out of the area so much faster. On top of that, Dino Park is like a landmark of this map. A lot of people really like Dino Park, so while you're fighting people here, people might end up coming towards Dino Park and getting in on the action. So basically, it all just comes down to your skill and seeing how long you can survive. And if you could survive the beginning of the game and you can get all the loot from all the players, then you're basically set for the rest of the game. Now the next spot on the list for number 4 is Castle. I would rank this on the number 1 in terms of hot drops because I love this place. When I was playing the PC beta, and let me let you guys know that this is actually the beta version of Vikendi, meaning that this isn't the final version of Vikendi. There might change up the loot, they might change up the way the map is with some places being changed in terms of like maybe minor changes, but they have the basics of the map down, like the main locations like Castle, Goroka, Dino Park, etc. But with Castle, I freaking love looting here. There are 3 main compounds in Castle, and each of them have their own unique layout. One of them I really like landing on top of, and as you can see, I am landing on top of in this video, and I like slowly making my way down, or if there's loot on top, then fighting people who make their way throughout Castle. But like I said, it's another hot drop, so when you fight people here, you can basically steal all the loot from all the other areas that they looted up from, take their loot, and go out to another area. Another good reason why Castle is such a great map is it is in between very big spots of the map. Volnova, that's Volnova, Tovar, Cement Factory, Hot Springs. There are great areas that you can loot up afterwards Castle. You just got to go across those bridges to the next areas to get some more loot with your squad or with yourself or with your duo partner. And Volnova is a great little open city. Tovar is a very close city that has the high little mountain ranges if you want to basically peek in at the city before you go into the city. And Cement Factory is just a cement factory, but the loot are great on all of those locations. But Castle is a very central location, a hot drop, so a lot of people end up going there, and it's one of my favorite places to drop on this map all the time. Coming in at number 3 is another one of my favorite locations to drop, and basically all of these locations will be my favorite locations to drop. There are literally tons of locations on this map and tons of little compounds on this map. The snow map brought tons and tons of new little compounds. Rather than giant open areas that are very empty, the areas have a lot of compounds within them. But the third area on our list, the third hot drop, I guess it's a mix of a hot drop. A lot of these places are hot drops, but this one has a very high loot density because it has so many buildings, and this is Goroka. Goroka would have a higher spot on my list, but I don't like how close range it is. I like being able to see my enemies and fight them, and with Goroka, it's very, very close range. So you might hear someone, but they might be 1 or 2 buildings away from you. But the good thing about this place is a lot of people land here. You get to fight very fast once you drop here, and there's tons of loot because there are so many buildings in that one area. On top of that, some of the buildings have car spawns, and there are a lot of car spawns around Goroka, so you can easily just get out of there once you're done with Goroka. There's a nice giant pond that, you know, sometimes the characters spawn there. There's a giant pond, and across from that spawn there are more compounds. The only thing that's a little bit bad about Goroka compared to Castle is there are no more loot spots as close as they are to Castle as it is to Goroka. Goroka has a lot of areas around it, but they're pretty far and you got to get a car. But the good thing about Goroka is there are a lot of vehicle spawns around it. And it is a very, you could literally spend all game looting there and then end game start pushing to the zone. And it is a very central area. Both Goroka and Castle are both very central areas on the map, so somewhere in the middle. So for the most part, unless it's a very weird circle, the circle is going to end up, you know, somewhere on the edge of Goroka or in the middle of Goroka or on the edge of Castle, in the middle of Castle, because they are, you know, generally central. If you compare these central areas to Dobromestro, or I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong, it's maybe like Dobromestro, but they have that area and Cosmodrome. Those are very far away from the center, and Goroka is more closer to the center and Castle is more closer to the center, so they both are very central locations to drop. So coming in at our number 2 spot is Dobromesto. Now, I know that I'm probably not announcing and pronouncing these locations very well, but this is the brand new map. A lot of people are learning the location names, the locations themselves. So if you guys know how to pronounce this one, let me know in the comments down below. Give me like some easy pronunciation to, I guess, say this area correctly, or maybe I'm saying it correctly, who knows. But the reason why I brought this one up is because I really like the layout. I like to start from the north end of Dobro and go all the way down towards the south, because there's like a big church at the beginning of Dobro and you can make your way down to the south. You can literally land anywhere and move around throughout the map. But I like going from the north to south because then I know nobody's behind me. I'm clearing it out, or basically south to north. It just depends. I like to clear out the area, know no one's around, and then work my way and get the loot while I'm doing that. And like I said, you want to get any loot possible, any weapon possible, a submachine gun, a shotgun, an assault rifle, a pistol, a crossbow, anything to help you fight against those enemies. And then once you fight them, pick up their loot and continue forward. The best thing about these spots is when people land there, they're doing the looting for you. Once you finish them off, they're gonna get more. You're gonna get more loot faster, and that's the best thing. Is you want to loot as fast as you can. A lot of these locations are huge, but you also want to try to, you know, use your time wisely, because this is a timed game. Each game lasts around 20 to 30 minutes, depending on if you make it to the end circle, and you want to use your time wisely, because you might spend 10, 15 minutes, half of the game in one area looting, and then you end up in the zone and you end up getting messed up throughout that entire game. So you got to use your time very wisely. But the reason why this one is very, very interesting to me is because on the official PUBG Mobile YouTube channel, in their community tab, they posted this. Fun fact, Dobro Mesto means literally good spot or good place. How good is it? Where are you usually dropping in? Hashtag Vikendi. Now the funny thing about this is I planned on making this video way before they posted this. They posted this like a couple days ago when I'm recording this, on the day that I'm recording this. And I think it's very interesting because they must be saying that this is a good spot. Like this is a good loot spot. There's a lot of good loot here. And there definitely is a lot of good loot here. And like I was saying earlier, this map is still in beta. So that means that some of the loot, some of the areas aren't 100% final. And that's 100% okay with us, because once they make this map final, then I'll make another video telling you guys another top 5 or the same top 5 spots if you guys want to see that. But yeah, Dobro Mestro, a very, very nice spot, and I really, really like looting there. It's on the coast. There's a lot of loot along the water as well, and there's just a lot of nice loot there in general. Alright guys, I'm saving the best for last, Cosmodrome. I absolutely love dropping Cosmo. Not only is it a very iconic spot like Castle, like Dino Park, but this one is amazing. It's very beautiful to look at. It's got that giant rocket. It has giant warehouses that you can loot up in. And with this giant space, it makes fights a lot easier for me personally, because then you could fight the enemies and not have to constantly look for them. There's only some locations they can go in, but there's enough locations that there's so much loot here. And the fact that people constantly find flare guns and level 3 this, level 3 that here, I feel like the loot is very, very nice here. And like I said, I love the layout of how wide it is and how much cover there is, but not too much cover to make it too overwhelming for players. I really like the constant, state that this area makes me feel. I like that it's open enough where I don't feel like I'm so close together, but there are close quarter places throughout this area, like the little, the flight deck or whatever it's called. That area is very close quarter, and there's tons of loot spread out through the entire places. There's little buildings, there's giant domes, there is loot underneath the rocket itself. There is the rocket launch pad, or the rocket's creating area that has loot as well. Different levels to different areas. Like I said, there's a below level underneath the rocket. There's 2 levels in the rocket creating area. There's I think 1 or 2 levels to some of the other areas towards the left side of Cosmodrome as well. There's just really good loot, and every time I go here, I always find the best loot. I get into very good combat that I feel comfortable getting into, and then stealing their loot after I finish their enemies and stuff. And I just really, really like Cosmodrome, and this is why it's on my number 1 on this entire list. I just love this drop, and yeah, it's my favorite drop. So what do you guys think of my top 5 list for the best loot drops in Vikendi, the brand new snow map? Like I said, this map is in beta, so these loot drops might change. Some places might be better than others. We're slowly learning. This map has only been released for a week or something, and so many people are learning so many new things about this map. I feel like I haven't even explored the entire map. These are the main places that I've been dropping, but somewhere like Cantra or Hot Springs, I haven't been there once, because I've been slowly moving towards the center of the circle to get that victory and less exploring. But with the areas that I have seen, and I've seen some very good loot in those areas, I chose these after the probably 15, 16, 17 hours that I've put into this map already, and maybe even more. I don't even know. I did a 10-hour stream of this, and these were the areas that I constantly were dropping. Castle, Cosmo, Dino Park, Garoka, and Dobro were my favorite places to drop all throughout the stream, and they continue to be my favorite places to drop. So if you guys have your top 5 list, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to see. If you guys want to subscribe and see awesome solo versus squad gameplay, and I'm not just a noob, I promise you that was crown ranking. I was in a crown ranking lobby solo squatting people, and it was awesome. So if you guys want to see awesome gameplay like that, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, both on the PUBG Mobile channel, because I continue to post on this channel, and also on my channel as well. The link is going to be in the description. If you guys haven't downloaded PUBG Mobile yet, what are you doing? Download the game right now. Play the brand new map. It is freaking awesome. I love the brand new map. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a thumbs up. And let me know. Let me know your favorite loot drops, loot spots, loot everything. Even if it's a tiny little hut on the top left corner of the map. Let me know your favorite loot drops, your favorite spots, your favorite hot drops in the comments down below. This has been a video by Metalcore, and thanks guys so much for watching it. I'll see you guys later.